Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are running a few minutes late today, but my name's Matt and I am here live. And we are at least my time, 7:08 a.m. But if you're here and you're part of our Instagram challenge and you've been posting Instagram Reels starting yesterday, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Hit the like, but also give me a thumbs up here in the comments and let me know that you've been part of our Instagram challenge. We're doing a 5-day Instagram challenge if you didn't already know that. And in this little Instagram challenge, we're doing free little mini lessons each day. And we've got, yesterday, I think yesterday we had somewhere around 1,300 comments of people posting their reels and lots of people who are brand new to this whole thing. Diving in head first and getting really cool results. Some people, man, I wonder if I can pull a couple of these up. Let's see. Let's see. Let me do a different share screen here. Share screen. Oh, baby, come on. Where is it at? There we go. We have, there we go. All right. So we've had a couple people who have they literally just got started, like Nathan, over 500 views in his first 30 minutes. So this happened very fast. Mira got her first commission. We've had this person is the Bluegrass affiliate. She had 20,000 views. She had 8,000 views here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I think you can see it. Yeah. 3,600 views for AJ, 8,000 views for Mark. And the list kind of just keeps going. Not sure. This is Callum, I think. Callum was 6,300 on his very first ever video. 3,500, 3,200 for Melissa. So my point in showing you those is there's an incredible opportunity to get a lot of engagement on Instagram Reels right now. We've started this challenge just to get you in the habit of creating it. It forces you, right? So when you wake up and I say to you, you've got to make 2 videos. That's it. That's the only thing. You've got to wake up and you've got to make 2 videos. Suddenly it puts you into engineering mode. It forces you to be an engineer to figure it out, as where before your anxiety levels maybe were too high and you're like, well, I don't really know how to do this. I don't know how to post this. How do I get started? Right. So, the underlying goal of this challenge is that it just forces you straight out of that anxiety and like pushes you straight through it. And there's a lot of people. Yeah. So Amanda just commented, what kind of results is anybody getting a lot of views? Amanda just said, I got over 6,000 views on each of hers. And look, this is only day 1. The other thing I want you all to remember is like, this is day 1. You're just starting. And these are the first things you're ever posted. Okay. So just keep that in mind and remember, we're just getting this thing rolling. To create mastery, it takes a little bit of time sometimes. So anyway, thanks for joining us here live this morning. We've got an awesome guest. If you don't know, on Monday through Friday, okay, 10 a.m. Eastern, we go live with a new guest, typically with a new guest. Sometimes somebody has to cancel last minute. We don't have a guest, but we've got a lineup of like 30 to 60 people already scheduled way out. And one person that we wanted to bring on, his name's SK, and he is from London. He's killing it and has been selling different style stuff. And has had a really good week, almost made $5,000 in a week, and selling a few different things. So SK, what's going on?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing well. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you and your story over the last few years. You were working as an engineer and doing some other stuff, and then COVID hit, you lost your job, lost everything. Can you just bring us into your world and kind of what happened?
Yep. So basically, I came to London in 2013. So I came as a student. I came to study engineering. I studied automotive engineering, and after finishing that, I got into engineering field. I got married as well, so life was going well, all good. And then COVID hit. I lost my job, engineering job straight away. So I had to shift from engineering straight away to retail. I was working part time in retail while I was doing engineering, and I basically had to shift to that job because I needed a job. And shortly after that, in January, I went through a divorce, so my marriage just ended. And like I needed something to be distracted. I needed something to have a distraction. Like I have a history of, like, I've been 10 years clean now, and I have a history of drugs, so I just didn't want to fall back into it. And I basically needed something to get distracted. I came across someone's post on Instagram, I think, about social media management. So I was looking into that, and then I came through TikTok about Legendary. So I just went into it. I started the challenge, and it just went from there, from January till now. So like I've during this whole time, I've tried different social media platforms. The TikTok reels you're doing, I've been doing it for the last couple of months already.
Cool.
I've tried different methods on TikTok. I've tried showing my face. I've tried showing without my face. I've tried different Pinterest, Twitter, pretty much anything you can think of. I've tried it, and I think like I've finally, eventually, like got to the point of learning where I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Finally, still learning every day, but getting there and just helping people every day.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. So you're working really hard then, and you're working.
I'm sleeping like three hours a night.
Well, you're grinding, man. I remember when I first started, it was 4-hour nights, so you're getting a little bit less than I was. And some people say, well, isn't that unhealthy? Well, I feel like there's probably seasons of life, right? Like where there's this quote from Elon Musk where he just says, at the end of the day, I work 80 to 100-hour weeks. And it's just double what everybody else is doing. And there's just more work that can get done during those hours. And it's just time. It's the science of time. That's how it works. But I don't know if we necessarily want to promote that style.
Nah, you shouldn't. I have people messaging and telling me go to sleep.
Yeah, but I will say, like, there's certain seasons, right? And so I also think that there's the other side of the coin where I see people who, I see people who sort of downplay or kind of shit on that lifestyle because they're uncomfortable with it, or because it's for them, it doesn't work. But the truth is like what works for someone doesn't always work for everyone else. And so when people apply that to every single human, it just doesn't make sense, because I go through a period of time, about 10 years ago where, for 2 or 3 years, it was fine for me to sleep 4 hours a day. And when I woke up, I was like, I'm ready. I'm hungry. And, sometimes when you're hungry, it's like, I don't care what time I'm waking up or going to bed, or like, I just need to make sure I'm eating something and drinking a little coffee, and it might not be sustainable forever, but it might help me get my business off the ground. Right.
Yep, exactly. That's what it is. Because I still got my 9 to 5 job. Like I do have like enough resources to live right now, but like I still have it for some reason. And like I'm trying to balance my time with what I'm doing. So having that job, waking up morning, coming home, like I finish around 10 o'clock, and then I'm up till like 4 o'clock, just doing what I'm doing pretty much.
Yep. Yeah. And I just think people, when they have a job or when they have other things going on, they're able to put in a little bit of time. But if you're able to, even so, what I found was helpful for me was putting a little bit of structure around it. So it was like, hey, and it was always based on the condition that I could function. So I had 2 minimum wage jobs. I was working as a $7 an hour barista. And I would get up at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. and I would watch Google Ads training, and then I'd watch Facebook Ads training. Then I'd figure out how to create viral videos and all this stuff, or blogging was a big one back then. And I would do this I would wake up 3 or 4 a.m., work until about 6, so a couple hours, sneak those in before everybody else was up. And for me, I feel like it's finding your rhythm. For me, I just enjoyed the feeling of waking up before the rest of the world. It made me feel like there was a secret power that I held, that everybody else was resting and sleeping and slumbering. And I
Yeah,
was
I
behind
get
it. I just
that.
felt like there has to be something that I'm going to take away from this. There has to be a payoff someday. It took a long time for me, but there was a point where it started to pay off. And then I would go to work and work whatever 10 hours a day or something, and then come home and do the same thing for another 5 hours while everybody else is sleeping and drinking beer and watching TV.
Yep.
I was working, right? So I like that kind of mentality, but I would put boundaries around it. Do I have the energy? And then maybe I'll only do it for 30 days, right? So then for some people, they need that structure of, I'm only going to do this for 30 days. So if I'm only going to do it for 30 days, then I'm not going to just do this indefinitely and make my life chaotic. I'll do it for the month of June, or I'll do it for the month of September, right? So you're crazy busy. You are pumping, hustling. Tell us about the different styles of business stuff you're selling. Like, just tell us your journey of how you got into sort of selling things online.
Well, basically, I started off with Legendary. I finished the entire 15-day challenge, and after that, while I was going through that, like I was following up on Wake Up Legendary, and different people come on every day, and they have like different ways of promoting. And I've went through a lot of the videos, and I've tried a lot of the training techniques and stuff. And one of the things that I really wanted to work on, like it was a mental health thing, so something to do with mental health. And I was kind of trying to focus on that at the same time, and like I was just seeing different ways of how I can do that. And then I went into software as well, because like I was a bit nerdy with computers, so I thought I was just gonna go into the software field, see how it goes. I went and found a mental health product, an online therapy product, panic attack product. So I went a bit crazy on that, and that's pretty much what got me off the ground. And then I started with the software. And
what product was it?
It was basically online therapy. So I would reach out to people, and as soon as they sign up, it would give me $200 pretty much. And then every therapy session, I would get 50%. And like I went through quite a few of them until like I found something that actually like that I thought was helpful.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what put me off. And like I didn't start off with any make money online niche. That's the niche I actually genuinely started with, because I just wanted to be a little different from the crowd and see how it goes. And I wanted to see if it works. And I did do all that. I did, like, when I started, it was lockdown time. So I did have time to actually go and learn new things every day. I was pretty much every single day I was taking something new. I was reading a book. I was doing something else. And I reached the point by, I think in 2 months, I've been grinding and I made no money. And I could feel the burnout. Like I could literally just feel myself burning out. Like there was nothing to do. There was nothing I can do. And I just like, okay, should I just give up? So I actually did. I did give up. I took a week break. I just like did nothing for a week. I was like, okay, this is not going to work. I'm just giving up. But then, like, well, reality hit me, and like I had to go to work. I wasn't happy at work. Like obviously, I was working at retail at the time. 10-hour shifts. 10-hour shifts on my feet, retail managers, and you know how it is, you know the drill. And like getting shouted at by customers. I've literally been shouted at by customers like every single day on a daily basis. So then I kind of noticed at some point that I'm actually good with people. Like I can talk to people. I suck at copywriting. I'm honestly gonna say I suck at copywriting. I am terrible at it. Funnels maybe, but not that good. But talking to people, I'm really good at. So that's when I started a TikTok about where people said different quotes. So people have different quotes. They're not it's not the motivation video, but like just little bits of quotes. So what I started doing was I started taking these quotes. I started taking animation videos from YouTube and started joining them together.
Oh wow.
And that kind of blew up. That literally blew up. Like I think I went over about 10K in less than a month. 10K followers.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's how it started.
What types of videos?
It can be anything. Like it can, like the video does not need to have a connection with what they're saying. Pretty much, it's just
Right.
the reason for me going animation is attention seeking. Like it's literally gonna grab your attention. So there's something going on. Even if like sometimes I put car videos, sometimes it's different animations, sometimes 3D. So anything that's gonna grab their attention. And then you know how the TikTok algorithm works. That the more people see it, the higher it goes. And like it just started blowing up straight away. And then I came through Instagram groups that time. And what I started doing was I just started downloading my TikToks, getting rid of the watermark, putting them on Instagram, and that started blowing up as well at the same time. So I was like, okay, that's actually working. And that was working. And I had people start messaging me. And they were talking to me. They were asking me about how to do things, blah, 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 how I got started. And that kind of led me to, because if you know Instagram and TikTok, it's like really annoying to text there. Like their messaging system is horrible, to be honest. So what I started doing was, at one point, I stopped all the links in my Instagram and TikTok. I did not put any link there. There was only one link there, which would lead them directly to my Facebook Messenger. So anybody who wanted to talk to me, they would go through me, and I could talk to them. I could so basically what you do in a sales funnel is like basically to treat them through the process, isn't it? So I made myself a sales funnel. I started talking to people. I knew I can't copyright, obviously. So following up emails is not gonna be my best thing. So as they started talking to me, the more they started talking to me, that's how literally my numbers went up. Because I started talking to people, people started trusting me as a person. And as I went through it, I went to the point where I stopped sending anyone links. I would have like 2-3 day conversation without sending them any links, and I would wait for them to ask me. So I would wait. I would mention what I'm doing, but I would never say, okay, go do this. I would just mention it, and I would just leave it at that. And that's pretty much where I would leave it. And like I would just build up the curiosity. And what I've noticed, like I've also faced this, even like in lots of places, people would just come and people would just talk bad about something, and they would just send me a link and be like, this is good, that is good. I would just go there. I would say what I'm doing. I would say what they're doing. I would say different things, but never ever send a link. Like I've just completely stopped that until I've asked. And I don't know if you know this, but like last month I've literally hit my first 15K month, and I've not sent a single person a link before being asked.
It's amazing what helping people and allowing people the space to make a decision for themselves will do,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And the only thing, like I think like there are some leads and stuff which are gonna convert. What I did was every 2-3 days I would just go and I would just send a message, hey, how you doing? That's pretty much like, you know how you do follow-up emails. My Facebook Messenger became like literally my email list. I became the sales funnel.
Right.
So like things that I was not good at and things I'm good at, I kind of mix that up together and just put that in, and that's pretty much what's been working for me. Like yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's really cool. And I feel like it's a refreshing way in the era where lots of people seem to be spamming their links on social media, and lots of people seem to be how would I put this? Inserting themselves into a sales process that's aggressive and a little bit, it doesn't fit. Like I feel like your approach is so refreshing.
Yep. So I've actually had people tell me, like when they reply, like, oh, I can't believe that you replied. Like I've messaged so many people, no one replies. I'm like, it's just connected to my messenger. And like my phone, like I literally had to put my phones on airplane mode because it just doesn't stop pinging now.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. Like I just got rid of all the links. I got rid of all the funnels. I don't go through like the one thing that I do is like I just put in the opt-in page of them so they can follow up with the funnels. Whatever I'm promoting, whichever software or even Legendary. So you guys do have your own follow-up system. You guys hire copyright like professionals to write your copywriting. I am nowhere near that. So I know I'm not gonna be good at that.
Well, we don't. I mean, Dave and I write all of our copy.
Well, you guys are good at it. I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I suck at it. Okay. So
well, you haven't practiced enough.
yeah, probably that. But then like I saw that I can talk to people. Like I can literally talk for hours and hours, and I can get very close with people. Like a lot of the conversations that I've had, it like literally went very deep with them. And like I can pretty much remember whoever bought anything from me, I can remember all the way to their kids' names. So I'll just go very deep in that. And that's pretty much how it is. Like, so they build the trust in me. So, in a sales funnel where they say like, talk about yourself, blah, 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 I just skip that and I just put myself in there. And throughout the
Yeah.
thing, if they have questions, like they actually have a human to take from. And as you guys always say, people don't buy products, people buy from you. And that portion of me, people buy from me, I am putting a lot of emphasis in that. And that's pretty much
huge.
why all the wake hours, like I know I'm working extra hard, like I know I'm working a lot, and like I'm talking to a lot of people every single day, but it's working out.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
yep. And pretty much even someone I've spoken to yesterday, she spoke to me for the first time yesterday. She needed some help, and she was just amazed, and she was just like, she couldn't believe how much I was helping her. She's actually from Legendary. She said she's gonna be on the live, so I hope she is.
that's awesome.
But yeah, I spoke to her for the first time yesterday, and she was just like, she was impressed. And I'm like, that's pretty much like, I just like helping people, and if helping leads me to something else, that's good. If not, fair enough.
That's cool. That's cool. And I feel like I sort of feel like there's this, it always feels oversimplistic, but just helping people is a real thing, right? And like
Yep.
and this is not like some sort of cliche thing that, people talk about just in this industry, right? Or it just in this affiliate marketing industry. Like people remove themselves out of that, right? There's multiple industries and businesses that principle is true. Here's an example. When I go to a car, like to an auto mechanic, okay, and I'm going to get my car fixed, those people are just like some of the people online. They're known for their kind of
Yeah.
sketchy tactics, right? And the auto mechanic, the first one that I found that knew how to look at me and say, "Hey, look, most people aren't going to describe to you exactly what's going on in your car. They're just going to walk out to you and they're going to say, this thing needs fixed. Here's the bill."
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you out into the shop. I'm going to point to every single thing that I think is wrong or needs fixed with your car. It's your decision to either do the research or take my advice on what I think you would do. And if I think something's going to be good for 3 or 5 years and you don't need to fix it, I'll just be honest with you. And I'll just tell you, hey, you could probably put that off for about 2 years. We'll put a reminder in our system to remind you in 2 years. Hey, remember that thing that might go bad in a couple of years? Might be time, now to do it. And then you can save while you can save $10 a month. And in 2 years we can do it. You'll have the money. And the first guy that did that, I still remember it. It was Maple Garage in Denver, Colorado. And I remember it because I've never had a mechanic do that for me before.
Yeah.
And I never went anywhere else when I was in Denver. I always went to Maple Garage. They're near downtown Denver. And they were the best. They would actually describe things and things I could understand. And they were so, here's the word, helpful, right? They were so helpful.
Yep,
they helped
that's
me.
the only
They
thing.
took the time, just like you do with that. And this applies to any business. As long as you are helpful and you give good service and you provide an actual, real, tangible value to somebody, it changes the relationship. Now, suddenly they're like, okay, I don't even know you. You're not getting paid for this, but you are giving me all of your time and energy. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's exact. I know like a lot of people are actually trying to do that. Like even on the online thing, they think that they're trying to help people and they're not being coming off as salesy. But I know, like I have actually experienced it myself. I have done it myself. I have done wrong in that, where I think I'm not coming off salesy, but I still, like, when I go and reread my conversations now, at some point it did come off. So that's pretty much why I stopped. Like I stopped sending them any links, because that is the ultimate way that you can show someone that you're not salesy. Like, I'm not asking any money from you. I am genuinely just helping you. And that's what made the difference. And I've noticed that with a lot of people, they just come off like that. And one of my the most recent sales I've had, it was from someone who spammed me a link. So they're just like, one of the first person who just like spam you a big link, blah blah blah. So just send a message like, "Hi man, how you doing?" That was my reply. He's like, "Yeah, I'm good." And he started his sales pitch again, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm not talking to you about sales. I know you're doing a sales pitch, but you're doing it horribly wrong." And then I actually like spent some time explaining it to him. I think it was like 2-3 days. I explained it to him. I did what the steps and blah blah blah, and like he did some things, and he eventually became my customer, and like he's a good friend of me now, and he's actually improving what he's doing. So in the first whole week, I did not send him a single link. And like, I know people get like, when they start talking to someone, they're like, "Oh, I need a sale. I have to send the link somewhere." It doesn't need to be like that. You just talk. If you get a sale, good. If you don't get a sale, you get a connection. That's what I say. It's you either get money or you either get someone to trust you, one or the other.
Ooh, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, but that's pretty much how it is. Like, you may be talking to 1,500 people. You're not going to get 1,500 sales, but I can assure you right now, I can get 100 people to do something for me. Someone I've helped. I'm probably much more. So people who actually like, who have gained their trust, people who I have helped in the time, people I've not made any money from. Like, there are people I've made money for someone else and I've helped them through this. Like, even though I had no benefit on it. Which I know, like, someday in the future, they will come back. They have come back to me, actually. Like, people has come back to me, like, after 3-4 months when they see me doing something new. And they're like, "Oh, I want in and I want it from you." So that happens. And then, like, within this time, I've learned to get my own support bubble, as you call it. As I say, like, you do have the burnout. I did have my own burnouts. I still have like some nights, when you just constantly keep getting tired, while you're not sleeping, you're constantly just tired of everything. I've got my own support bubble. I've got people who actually motivate me to to basically do things every day. People who just talk to me constantly. People who just like, who's just there. So some people I just go on phone calls with every night just to have a chat, just to like freshen up. And they keep motivating me. Someone is just texting me all day, just checking up on me. People are making sure that I'm eating, that I'm sleeping, which I do tend to forget a lot. That's pretty much it. It's just like, the more you help people, you actually like build your own community, build your own trust. And that's pretty much what's the difference between what I'm doing, what made me like, what gave me success, and like what I was doing when I first started. Because like, I started from nothing. I had no idea how to do any of this. When I started, it was just complete blank for me, and like, I had to learn all that. And I just got rid of the sales factor and I just put the human factor in it. So I just treat anybody the way I would treat them if I met them in a pub.
Oh yeah. It sounds revolutionary, but it also sounds very like
simple, common
sense, right?
Yes, it is. It is, because once the money starts coming, people kind of tend to forget. They do tend to forget, like, "Oh, I need to make that paycheck." I did not make money until I got rid of that mentality. Like, it is working for other people. I know, like, you got the funnels and stuff, but I just put the human factor in it. That's it.
And I also feel like, there's some people who are going to sit on here and hear that, and then what they're going to say is, they're going to say, "Well, geez, I don't know if I want to do that forever." But I also want to give, you a tip, and give everybody else here a tip that, hey, you don't have to do that forever. I talked about seasons earlier. Yeah. That's how I started, and I did that for a long time. A lot of messaging, tons of interaction, lots of just in the nitty-gritty with people. And eventually I sort of built to a place where I had enough testimonials, right? So all those people I helped, I said, "Hey, I don't know if you got any value from our interactions, but I'm just wondering, like, would you ever consider writing like a couple sentences about your interaction with me, or creating like a short 30-second video about our interaction?" And most people, because I gave them the option of written or video, were like, "Yeah, of course. Like, you were so nice." And they write things. Here's the thing, is they'll write things about you that you look at and you're like, "Whoa, like this person really like values what I gave to them." And it helps validate what you did, but also you can put that right on your pages. And what it helps to do is to automate, right? You can now start to automate, because now that you've built a little reputation and brand, Now people are more likely to trust you, and less manual labor has to go in, because you can sort of reap the rewards of what those seeds you placed in the ground.
Mm-hmm. So it's just basically the starting off. So I would say I'm still starting off, but like I haven't been on that level. But I did have like people compliment me, which is just like, which kind of blew me away. Like, oh, I didn't realize that they're seeing me like that. And like as you said, like you don't really see it. Like you're just helping someone, and you don't see how someone else sees you.
Man, that's powerful. What a lesson. What a lesson for people. And oh, are you frozen? I think you might be frozen. All right. Can everybody see me okay? Because I think SK might be gone, but it might be me who's gone. So I'm not sure. Okay. I'm still good. Okay. I think we might have lost SK there. His internet might have went out. So I'm gonna move him off the screen, and that's okay. We can kind of wrap up. I felt like we kind of hit on everything we wanted to hit on there. And I think his internet went down. So guys, if you are newer, or if you're unfamiliar with our brand new Instagram 5-day Instagram challenge that we are doing, I want to share my screen here real quick with you and just briefly remind you that this new Instagram challenge is really powerful. Lots of people are seeing great results on it. And you can go to the Legendary Marketer Facebook group, and you're going to see it right away. Okay. You're going to see it right away. I just posted a link in the comments, and you'll see the Instagram challenge here. Make sure to jump in on this Instagram challenge. We're going to wrap up for the day, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Tuesday. Oh, SK, he's back. I'm going to give him the final word before we close out. Hey, I think we lost your internet, but you're back, man.
Yeah,
hey, do you want to?
I just had a power cut. My bad. Like everything just went out. I need to check out that now.
It's all good. It's all good. Give the people a final farewell. Do you have anything to say to people who are just getting started creating content?
Yep. Just create content. Just go ahead and do it. Like my first videos that I've ever made were just like me talking randomly. Like I used to have like long messy hairs. I didn't care about what it was. Just like as soon as you get rid of that fear, like the first few videos, you are gonna be very scared, but get rid of that fear factor. Just put it out, and the world actually sees you in a much better light than you see yourself. So whatever you think yourself, the world thinks 10 times better than that. And that actually happens a lot. So that's what it is. And like, if you're starting off selling something, if you're starting off even affiliate marketing something, in the beginning, I would say switch to helping people. Don't try to sell, switch to helping, and you're going to see your results blow up. I've literally seen people go from making no money for months to like talking to me and then making money in the first 13 days, in the first 1 week, in the first month. Like as soon as the mentality changes, everything's gonna change.
Yep, I love it. I couldn't have said it better. SK, thanks for coming on. If you need anything, let us know. We're also always here to help. So if you need anything, just let us know.
Thank you, man.
All right, awesome. All right, guys, that's a wrap for Tuesday. We'll be back here tomorrow with another guest for Wake Up Legendary at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you back here again, and let's rock it. We've got Susan here who just said she had less than 30 followers. She's up to 50, had 1,200 views on a video, 800 on number 2. And I can't wait to see where you're at in 5 days, but I also can't wait to see where you're at in about 30 to 60 days, because that's going to be insane. So for everybody who's here, see ya. I'll be back here tomorrow again. I'll see you back here, 10 a.m. Eastern.